What, can you spit then?
Yeah, I can do a bit of rapping, man. But right now, I'm gonna do freestyling. But yeah, I can definitely.
Did you used to rap back in the day, Jedi?
Of course,
You got tunes, blood. He's a bad boy.
Are you crazy?
Nah, I've never seen
He's a
that.
bad boy rapper,
I've never
blood.
seen
Trust
him,
him.
yeah.
He's got tunes, blood.
Well, ask how old you are, please.
Yeah, I never tell no one my age.
Yeah, I've never known that, you know.
I think it's about 27 to 30.
This man said,
Yeah, do you know what? It's mad, you know.
What was your
Like,
rap?
just-
Revolutionary?
Like,
he's cold, blood.
I'm eclectic, but you know what? My thing is like
What's eclectic?
I do it all. Like I kind of try to show all sides of the way I think and whatever. So I've a bit like you in podcasting. No song's the same. Do you know what I'm trying to
Well,
say?
it's my boy that said it to me, and I didn't deep
yeah.
it. I didn't
No
deep
song's
it.
the same. It's like
One thing you do have though, you always have a good saying to something that they ask you. So you always have a.
Do you know?
It's like a bar, blood.
I could say it on a podcast, but watching someone taught me that because I realized, you can have intelligence where you might lose people, but then I found a way to reach people.
No, you definitely do it.
Bro, people send me my. Oh, were we live? Yeah, go on.
Were you like?
don't worry, man. Don't worry. It's not rigid like that.
No,
Just
go
keep
on,
chatting.
go on.
You
Go on.
should just.
No, but
You
you,
get me?
like,
Well,
you always
go
have that punchline.
You know it was.
Mm.
I was watching Chris Rock, yeah,
Yeah,
and he said, "White man dies, he leaves a will.
yeah.
Black man dies, he leaves a bill."
That's real.
It was. But if you gave that joke to like a Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
he would have said, with the white man, because of generational wealth,
Yeah.
family heirlooms, he would have gone into it and said he dies, he leaves a will. But because of slavery and black man, he would have dragged it out so much.
Yeah.
You've missed the joke now.
Yeah.
So when I saw Chris Rock do it, I said he did it in a
you blamed
simplistic
it.
way.
Yeah.
It's just it got straight to the point.
Nah, bro,
And
yeah,
that
you
joke
did-
there taught me how to podcast.
Nah, bro, I'm saying every time you say something, it's like a mad bar, bro, because it makes you think of it straight away. So
punchy.
you have that punch
To the point.
every single time,
No
and
nonsense.
it's the way that you drop it as well, because they'll ask you a question and then you'll fling it in there,
And
and it matches the question and it gives that effect still.
Because
So.
it's the one with the Justo thing, big up Justo, was like, ops kill your bro, you peacefully go left. Cops kill your bro, you peacefully protest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's the way that you say it and then carry on talking afterwards. You do it cold still. I'm not
It
gonna
was
lie.
Chris Rock. Big
You
up
do it
Chris
cold,
Rock. That
you do.
one joke made me think, you know what? Because like I said, you can have all intelligence, but if no one's receiving it, you're just talking.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
true,
mean?
true.
So yeah.
So yeah, get to the point. You know what is long-winded though? It's your boy Jedi for Jedionline, True Illuminati Live, Red Pill, True Illuminati Clips, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live, and please put the number of your like in the chat, you know, like
Done.
that.
You know,
and
like
we're back
that.
with another episode.
Come on.
Like this is like Kotch and Flow, but
Kotch and Kotch a little
yeah,
bit.
it's
You get me?
Kotch and Kotch.
Yeah.
And then the Flow and Flow is coming.
It's coming. Yeah,
Because,
it's forwarding.
We got some special guests in the building. I don't
Definitely.
really need to announce them. I'm sure you've seen.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And it's probably going to be the title of the thing.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? But two highly respected and esteemed members of society have kindly graced us with their presence. You know, first and foremost, we got Creeper Crisis in the building.
All day, day. You know what I'm saying?
Give us a catchphrase. Well, do the one that you just done.
Oh, ops kill your bro, you peacefully go left. Cops kill your bro, you peacefully protest.
Boom.
That's what it
You
is.
know, Creeper Crisis is known for much gems, rapping.
Yeah.
He's on the podcasting thing
podcast.
now,
Yeah,
events,
Swagger
and all the
done.
other stuff, man.
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
other
man.
stuff.
Always
Do you know
clean.
what I mean?
Always clean.
We got the Versace covers over.
the new covers,
you
man.
get me?
Yeah,
You get me? Louis, is it Louis?
Man had to style it
I
up
think
a
it's
bit.
Mink. Yeah, Mink. Red Mink.
Man said
and that.
mink.
We spoke about this in the car.
Dodo fur.
Me
Yeah,
and Mo
Dodo
spoke about this
fur.
in the car. Yeah, we spoke about this in the
Dodo
car.
fur.
The
But
noir.
we can talk
We
about
call
that.
it the noir. That's what it's called, the noir.
But I hope it's to your liking.
Yeah.
So we even switched it up, didn't you know what I mean?
appreciate
Got
you,
it all
man.
posh and right
appreciate
for the
you.
broskies
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
that. And then next we got a man that really don't need no introduction, but I'm gonna
Say it again,
introduce him
say it
anyway.
again, say it.
It's man like Marvin Herbert.
You special.
You fucking slag.
Yeah,
You don't
fucking
say that,
slag.
but I wanna say You know what I'm saying?
Remember, that was like a punchline back in the day, you know. Everyone was that.
you
Back in the day, everyone was that.
Yeah.
See you.
You fucking Welcome, man. How do we describe Marv, man? So how do I attempt, man? Reformed, rebuilt, renewed.
Story to tell, man. He's a living story right there. You get me? So
stories for days.
Stories for days, man, and the real life stories.
Real life stories and real life movements.
We
in
like
the
to call
future.
them. Yeah, watch.
What do you call it?
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yeah, because the marvelous Chronicles.
Yeah.
You know the word Chronicles is like it's on a book with some special
Italic,
writing Chronicles.
Straight
Well, that's what my writer's
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
He's writing the marvelous Chronicles.
They see it there.
Onk's got catchphrase, the time one that you dropped the other day. The crime and the time.
See,
Yeah.
mine are just. I can't remember what I said.
Freestyles.
Yeah.
It's just all frequency
He said
stuff.
if you do the crime, do the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
man.
Do the crime, do the time. No, but yeah.
So what it is not right. So the conversation we was having is people are not focusing on what they're spending their time on, right, and how much time they're going to spend chasing a dream.
True.
It's more like it was more along the lines because you spend your whole life trying to achieve one goal by going to prison and being bad, like it's in and out of prison, but you're bad, man. Like you think, what the fuck? Like you think you're bad, man. You think you're sensible going in and out of prison because you're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Watch. When that is the definition of insanity.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Repeating the same act over and over again, expecting a different result.
When did you snap out of your insanity, though?
2014.
What made that happen?
That
was a long run. That was yesterday, bro.
Yeah, no, basically
10 years ago.
What happened for me was I've always been in the game, so we'll just reflect for a second, mate. So I've always been in the game to add value. So anybody that knows me, that's why I don't get quoted on the platform, because I've always wanted everybody to win. We've all got to get out of it. All us black cunts, we've got to get out of it together. Come on. So I've fallen out with people over the years because they don't want to stay united.
Yeah.
Out of fear of, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And just come up with excuses not to be united so we can move together as a powerful front. So, me personally, because of my reality, when I got extradited from Spain, I was involved with that madness up in Manchester, God rest the police officer's soul, like, for getting killed, and the boys that got killed in the process. So there was 4 murders I got extradited for assisting an offender. And whilst I was on remand, I was still grafting, doing my bits and pieces, nicking a few quid. And when I got out, one of the kids basically run a bill up, but there's no need for these bills. It's too high, you little shit. So what I felt to do was teach him a lesson. So it's not what I'd advise now, but teaching him a lesson was shooting him below the knees.
Wait. Is it you that said there's a
All I was gonna do.
I swear to God.
Hey, we'll come back to that. Yeah.
Can I use that on the song, please?
I'll come back. Right, we're going to come back to that. Right, so, when I've got out, and I want to teach this kid a lesson.
Yeah.
So I've got to shoot him now, because these were like, I don't condone it now.
Yeah, of course.
But when I was in it, there was rules.
Yeah.
And if you took liberties, then you could get shot in your feet below the knee. Above the knee is hospital, in the body is death. So there's no point shooting that. It was a madness.
Yeah.
It was a madness.
No, but there's a method to the
madness to the madness.
Yeah.
So I was going to shoot him in his feet. He was my son's friend.
Oh shit.
Right, so now I'm thinking, how can I get away with it? Because I was insane, right? How can I get away with it? I thought, wow, do you know what? What am I going to say if they return it and kill my son or my nephews? Because I've got loads of nephews as well, yeah? I've got to go and explain to my mum, their nan, and my sisters, their mum. Look, I'm sorry, sis. Like, you can't do that.
And that's why you won't really carry weight still. Yeah.
No. My family, me walking into my family and feeling loved is more than anything you could ever want in life. When your whole family rejects you, like you're gonna fall out with family members here and there, but when your whole family will reject you over the death of a child, like I didn't want to live with that. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought, wow, I can't do nothing to this cunt. So I said, look, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You can choose what you want. I said, but today, you've got the opportunity to wipe that debt clean, never pay it back, but you've got to come to the gym for 6 months with me and you can't commit crime. And he went, all right. I went, all right. We've done it now, he's running his own churches.
See it there?
Yeah, and he's a speaker in the church. He's a manager to artists, writing good gospel music.
But you know what? That was the purpose of
the journey.
Positive out of the negative. So that what you did there has gone on to do something that's good.
But that was what was my turning point.
Yeah.
Because I actually recognised at that point, because I never wanted none of my kids to get nicked. So they got things that are different way, in a different rate, in a different style than anybody else. Do you understand? So, because of the way I'd done things, it showed love. And I just felt that they were being disrespectful. But when you think about the processes and what you're doing, I thought, I'm no better than a nonce. Like, these are my youngsters. Like, what makes me believe that them risking their liberty, throwing away their life, or killing people is what the agenda's about. When you're selling drugs, you got to protect it, right? So you got to be prepared to shoot people or get people shot. Like, what the fuck are you giving your kids that for? How the fuck can you give your kids a product that's going to get them shot or stabbed or put in prison? And then tell yourself you love them? I love you, but I can't wish you liberty with that. You're all right. Come on. So they're things that sunk in my brain in 2004, and I thought, you know what, I can't do it no more. Now, I walked away, from the criminal world after decades of plugging everybody in, supplying for everybody. Like, no one had Mac 10s in London before me. No one. And the first Mac 10 that hit the roads in London, we got nicked for in 87, 88, 89 and 93. No one had Mac 10s here then. No one. No one had SMGs. The AKs only come in the 90s.
Let me ask you.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's nuts.
With, like the things that you've been ahead of your time at, the destructive things or whatever. How do you feel about, like, karma or consciousness? How does it affect you?
So I was getting there, right? Because now, living that way, is just setting yourself up to receive. So for my whole criminal life, I knew I was going to get what I got. The difference was I knew I could fucking handle it. And I called it all on. Even that scar, I called it all on. I wanted it. I asked for it. I asked to get shot. I asked to get stabbed. I asked for bad men to come for me. Come for me. I don't care. I'll show you. And I've done that.
Do you know what I was going to say, Marv?
It was let me land. I went through decades of insanity that I believed was normal because my social environment justified my actions by making me feel special by the grooming, manipulative mindset that I was surrounded and suffocated with. And you're only the man when you're hurting people or doing
keeping up
things.
with fuckery,
You're only the man there. When you've got no money, and you can't do nothing for no one, you're a bum. You're a failure. You're this, you're that. So I've only just started realising all that stuff because when I went through my place of black and I give everything up, I ended up with nothing. I'm in there in the portal cabin.
Where was you born?
Liverpool. I'm still in the portal cabin. And I'm coming out of the portal cabin based on the frameworks I've put together over the last 3 years.
I was going to say, all right, you see how you played the game, You see how you in the game and you was doing what you was doing, What level of, how can I even put it? What level of skill player were you in that sense? So would you say you played the game to a high level? And there's a reason why I'm asking you that.
Anything lower than the highest level, in my opinion, you was a mug.
This one's for the stolen voices, my people that ain't got much traces. Trapped in the belly of the beast, everywhere is beef and there's never ever peace. Every day is peak and I never get to speak. Living in the Elmos, never get to see. Sitting in a cell, feeling like you're never gonna leave, but you can't sleep cause you got beef with the brother underneath of the bunk. But the truth of my speech is abundant. I don't need a reason to keep it 100. The government declared the war on the man. So this ain't a song, it's a glorious anthem to rep for the group that is normally abandoned. The poor is ignored when they're stranded. From Lagos to Kingston, Nori to Camden, against all odds, of course we are champions. I'm the voice of Trayvon, I'm the voice of Stephen Lawrence, I'm the voice of Tupac, with no thug life engraved on my stomach. I'm the voice of a runaway slave, holding a blade and facing a musket. Been a victim of the system too long, we get tired of waiting for justice. The voice of Fred Hampton Sr., killed for defending the people, and the right to exercise freedom of speech. We just wanna be treated as equal. I'm the voice of the mums and the ones that pray for unity in the community. I'm the voice of the young trying to escape the slum, but they can't find the opportunity.
So much to say, but not enough. You hear the cries calling from the skies above, saying it's okay, speak your mind, open your heart, don't let no one add you to understand.
All right, so then therefore, so let me ask you this. You see, with everything that you did and everything how you was playing the game, yeah, if that was played on a corporate level, like so you was all the skills that you was acquiring, all the things you were doing, if you did that on a corporate level, where would you be? Because you know what?
Right, let me ask you.
It's coming.
So what you can do is ask the internet now what my net worth is.
Yeah.
And that's what I've generated since 2014.
Yeah.
There you go.
So then, if it was played not on that
it
game,
is getting played, and I'm going to show you.
So I think what I'm basically getting at
Creeps, I've
is
sent you the link, yeah? In case you want to send it to some people.
Mate,
right. So what I'm saying to you
Okay,
is,
yeah,
if you play, all right, you see people in the corporate world and all the the businessmen and all that, and do their thing on a legal level, whatever they do.
Lucky I weren't legit.
If you was legit using those same skill bases, because it's different rules means different jewels, isn't it?
The army would be bringing me my money.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'd own countries, bruv.
There you go.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because business does not fail, people fail business. Now, I'll give you an ingredient now, and everyone on your fucking channel, excuse my French, right? Because now, when I get, right, you want to know? Yeah. Right now. If you can find a fucking flaw in this, I'll give you every penny I earn in the next 10 years, right? Arabic, Chinese, Russian, Spanish, and English fluently, and a business degree. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, where are you going to fail?
You're not gonna fail still.
How can you fail?
You can't fail.
Do you understand?
I always tell people learn a different language because it opens up a different world for you as well.
Mate,
Still. Yeah,
Arabic, Chinese, Russian, Spanish,
yeah.
and English fluently, and a business degree, you're fucking golden. Right? And people say, can you speak it fluently? I said, well, right now, I don't need to because I've made all the mistakes to get me where I am.
Yeah.
So I've sacrificed by making the mistakes to get where I am. And I'm fortunate to be alive because you don't get shot point blank range in the eye and live. Don't happen.
Yeah.
Like,
Slashed across the heart and all of that.
I got stabbed in the heart. I got
hell.
stabbed in the heart.
Fucking
I've had all my lungs punctured. Do you know what I mean? I've had axes in the leg. Fucking gun. Look, I've got scars on that side. The scar from there to there. All the bullet holes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been through the mill, mate. And it's like, when people say, have you got the scars to prove it? It's, the scars are what moulds the man.
But
Yeah, of course,
you gotta say that though. For all the shit you've been through, you got a purpose being there, bro. Because certain people have taken.
This is my
Yeah,
ego. No, I was just
you
thinking.
got a purpose being there, bro.
Say, yeah, hold on, you still look handsome.
But I'm saying you got because there's people that have had less than that and they're gone.
No, you know what it is?
You're still here, bro.
There's a purpose. And
There's
what
a
I'm like.
purpose.
So basically, what I've learned in life is that you will get everything you wish for, but never how you want it, when you want it, or in the abundance you receive it. Right? Because we're all spiritual entities that we're not knowing. It's a bit deep for right now.
Nah, it ain't. It's perfect, man. We go there, man.
Yeah,
Go there.
they
Yeah, we
go there.
man.
They go there. Yeah, Jedi goes there. Yeah.
Feel there, yeah. Don't dumb
Right,
it down
so-
for him, man.
So basically, because everything we want, need, and crave, you can get, but you got to know how to receive it and how to ask for it and how to manifest it.
Manifest,
Right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
everything we live in is a false reality. Everything. You're false. You're false. You're false. I'm false. We're all false because we're all the same frequency. Right. So quickly now, I'll prove it to you now quickly. Right. So.
Woosa.
What am I doing, Brains? I like that, Wusa. Go on, what am I doing?
Inhaling and exhaling.
Right, and what's that called?
Breathing.
Okay, what am I breathing?
Yeah.
What's
Oxygen.
that called? Oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
God.
Oh,
God.
let's go, Marvin.
I know this one, yeah.
Mind, right? Watch.
Oh yeah, just get the mic.
So what happens now, yeah? What happens now, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so now, right, in. What am I doing?
What's this?
breathing
Breathing what?
oxygen.
Okay, I'm going to open your eyes, sir, right? When I hold my oxygen, what you believe is oxygen, and always remember, you can only believe in things that don't exist. So you believe it's oxygen, right? So I'm going to show you what it is, right? Ready? When I hold my breath, what happens?
You're holding in the oxygen in your lungs.
And then what happens when it burns out?
CO2. You blow out CO2.
What? No, you don't blow out. What happens? You lose what?
I know it, so I'm not going to say
Right, go
anything.
on.
I'm leaving
You
it.
lose what?
I know it, yeah.
So when you inhale, you're saying
You inhale, hold your breath for a period of time, forever. What
you
happens?
lose consciousness.
How could you be breathing oxygen if you lose consciousness? Hooah! Go on, answer that one, brains. How could you be breathing oxygen if you lose consciousness? Because you're asleep. Because we are consciousness.
Yeah.
And you breathe consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh-ah. Wake up. Marv's in town, son.
Do you know the maddest thing? I
man.
see a thing on Instagram the other day. And the man said, "I'm gonna show you something." Yeah? And he said, "Raise your hand," innit? So the man raised his hand, and he said, What was the thing that made you raise your hand?" And he said, "His brain, innit? And what runs your brain? It was some deep thing." He said, "Because we are more than
Right,
this."
what's this?
He
Is
said,
it-
"The body's just you're just
It's
a
vessel.
puppet."
Right, so I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Right, what I mean by that. Right?
Yeah.
What's your next thought going to be? You don't know. How can you not know what you're going to think? How can you not know what you're going to think? You can think about things that get downloaded to you,
Yeah.
but you can't think of something. What's your next thought going to be? What's your next thought going to be? You don't know. You don't know what your next thought going to be because it's a download, bruv. It's a download.
And
Watch
it is
let me
based on
finish.
your
I'll let
environment
you-
as well.
right. So when you're sitting there and you're thinking, how the fuck am I in this position? How the fuck do I get out of this? Fuck. Oh, I know.
Light bulb.
It's not like bulb, it's your download.
Yeah.
Because you're not really here.
Yeah.
You're watching this avatar.
Yeah.
And you're trying to guide
The
this
thing is, I
avatar.
fully agree with that. Though,
Right,
still.
no, I don't. It doesn't matter whether
No,
you
but
do or
no,
don't.
it's not that I
The
don't-
facts
I
are
fully
this.
agree with that.
Right, so I'll give you another little gem.
Yeah, don't matter, bro. Don't matter.
matter.
Don't fucking matter.
What exists can never not
Exist.
cease
Facts.
to exist.
Yeah.
Facts.
So you don't die. You can't die. It's impossible. In fact, I'll even try to establish that right now. Where do you think all your thoughts go when you die?
It's blowing my brain right now. Still.
Where do you think your thoughts go? Where do they go? Into the consciousness. Into the consciousness! Because being selfish is I am. Yeah? Here's another gem. Do you know what God's true name is? I am. I am. Because I am is everything. Because we are one consciousness. I am.
I am the I am.
Makes
We
sense.
are
though,
the
still.
I am.
Tetragrammaton.
We are all the I am. And what you're learning now is through the punishment. And if you read chapters, Genesis 6 in the Bible, it tells you when the sons of gods come to this earth. In fact, you know what you could do? Get it up on your phone and read it, and it will tell you. And then it talks about the Nephilim. It talks about the flood. It talks about Noah. How can they flood something? Because they know what it is. So they punctured the firmament to flood the earth and get rid of all the Nephilim because they was wreaking havoc and scavenging and killing everything. So they got rid of them by flooding it. But Enki, the good God, the God of love and light, said to Noah, "Come here. Listen, you need to build an ark for you and the genetics." So what he done, he built a submersible vehicle which submerged and flipped underwater. And when you check your Sumerian tablets, you'll read it correctly. It wasn't a boat, it was a submersible that went underwater to withstand the tide of the floods until they subsided. And when they subsided, they come back to this earth. And when they come back to this earth, the sons of God come to this earth, saw the women as
Beautiful.
beautiful, and took them as their wives. God was furious. and he give them 120 years of life.
It's the other way around, though. Well, the biblical version is the other way around.
Let me finish,
As in,
please.
they see them
Okay.
do the thing, create them at Nephilim, mate with the youths,
No,
fuck up the world,
again.
teach them, and then the flood comes. Do you know what I mean?
Was you not listening to what I just said then?
Yeah, he was
I was.
No, it was the birth of the sons of gods that created the floods. That's what they tried to wipe them out.
Yeah.
Because of what they created.
Yeah. And then you said something about Noah.
Right.
Yeah.
The flood
Yeah.
was created,
Yeah.
and Noah got the information to build the boat.
The boat.
But the boat wasn't a boat; it was a submersible
Okay.
that gained the genetics of the rest of the species.
And it was
when
Enki
they
that told
them,
them that.
when Enki, and when they released them back to the genetics, back to the genetic pool, they've tried to lighten up the pool because of Ham. Because if you know the scriptures, Ham, they say unveiled Noah.
Saw him naked.
So they say that. So he
Yeah,
was
don't know what it
cursed.
meant.
So he was cursed to live a life no better than the worst slave ever. So that's why they try to lighten the colour of the relation to Ham, right? That's where I think the white thing come in. Because white.
Well, they tried to say that some people tried to say that the curse was black skin, and others say that the curse was like leprosy, which is basically becoming like a white man.
Well, and in the scriptures it says to live a life no better than the worst scavenging slave.
Okay.
That was the curse, from my knowledge.
Something like that.
Right? Then
The curse of
basically-
Ham is a deep curse still.
And then basically, society has become what it's become because of the demonic structure of society.
Do you actually believe in demons?
Well, I believe in negative energy and positive energy. So there's
You obviously believe in a god, probably multiple gods though, right?
well,
'Cause you
gods, to me, the gods are a name for extraterrestrials.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, who created all of this though? Do you believe in like a creator of all of it kind of thing, or?
Well, I believe it's misinterpreted.
Yeah.
Right? I believe we're programmed to believe what it's interpreted from.
Yeah.
And I believe all that's a load of shit, to be fair. I've always believed different. I've always believed in things that I know. That's why I've always done what I've done. That's why I've become who I've become.
So, have you ever had a supernatural encounter?
When I got shot in the eye.
Tell me about it.
That is the
A
craziest
man
thing.
pulled a
bro.
gun out, shot me in my leg. Right. So, first one in the leg.
Yeah.
Right. So, on this leg, I'm 6'2". On that leg, I'm 5'9". I walk like this. Yeah? That's how I walk. But
Is that how you actually walk?
Yeah, until I firm it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
my core's always in.
Yeah.
My core's always in. Yeah? So, that's that. So, the one went there. And then when I've hit the deck, he walked over, shot me again, but he went down my willy and shot my right testicle into my pants.
Fuck
Yeah?
hell.
And then I was like, go on then, you fucking mug. Finish your job. And then he done me again, but he went through the arm, off the floor, through my pelvis and out my back. And then as I've come back up, I've seen him walking towards me, and that's when I thought, you know what, keep your mouth shut now.
Yeah. He's
And
gonna finish him.
I look down the barrel, I see the bullet, I felt it hit me, and I thought, oh my God, this cunt's gonna kill me, he can't kill me. And as I've opened my eye, I've just seen him go like that again, and I've just seen the bullet. And I thought, oh my God. And I've heard someone say, Marv, is that you?
So what was it? Twice in the head? One
yeah.
through the eye and what?
What do you think that? So, one bullet hole there,
Fucking hell.
then the other bullet hole through there.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and it stopped halfway through the eye.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
You got like the
fucking
marble
crazy.
arch there, like fucking.
So people don't realise it went
That's
into
deep.
the eye.
That's deep.
Right, so
That's crazy.
what I was
People
doing-
wondering if I put my finger in his eye. No, he's got like a thing just like on his eye. What do you call it? The eyebrow.
When I'm
No,
in the,
what do you
eye
call that?
socket.
when
Eye
I'm
socket.
in the hut
It's like
and
a
he's telling
fucking
when I'm in the
archway.
hut and he's telling me all these stories, I'm just like,
No, people don't get it.
yeah, they
Watch
don't,
this.
they don't.
get
That's
it.
fucked up.
No,
So
yeah,
where's
yeah,
the?
yeah.
Crazy.
Watch. Right, can I just sit?
so
sit
it's gonna be
into
something
this?
exclusive. Yeah.
Oh Marv, it's your world,
Yeah,
bro.
he's gonna show us something very
Been shot in the
exclusive.
eye, bro.
No, watch this. So I'm gonna show you. Right, so that was the frame I had on the leg for a year. Right, and I had to wash that every
me about
day
that.
so it
Love
didn't get
family.
affected. That was the bullet hole.
Fucking hell.
Mad, innit, Major?
Where's this?
That's
Spain.
fucking
Mad.
What, no, what part of your body is that?
That's here.
Okay. Yeah.
That had to be.
And what, a
left
shotgun
open.
business?
No. That was where. Because I got shot. You'll see, right? The leg got infected because of the amount of bone in there. Yeah. So watch this. That's the shot in the head. See it?
Yeah.
Right, look.
I've seen all
Shot in
these
the head.
photos.
Boom.
Yeah, and then one in the eye.
Crazy.
Boom.
Yeah. That's the exit on this side.
What's that? Skin graft?
No, that was the bullet hole.
Okay,
Watch
oh,
this,
yeah.
watch this. So the bullet come out there, and there. Punctured my femoral artery in 3 places, and I never bled. Yeah? And then, watch this. I'm going to show you. That's what's in my leg now. See that bullet there?
That's a fucking ladder of pins,
Yeah,
bro.
that's in my leg now. Right.
Yo!
So that bit
That's
there,
a ladder of pins.
yeah, 16 pins in total.
Yo!
So that is, and I take no painkillers, right? And that's 17 centimetres in my pelvis, and there's my 2 bottom ribs.
Did you go off on those metal detectors?
Yeah, sometimes. Watch this. Look at the bullet that went through the biggest bone in the body.
It's just sitting there chilling. Look at it.
Like, hole, yeah? It looks hole.
Fuck.
Now watch this. Now look at the bullet that went through my eye, bruv. Flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake. Halfway through my eye. And look, if you look in my eye, you can see I've got half my eye. I can still move it.
Yeah.
Look.
Fucking hell. Fuck.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it never went through. And they don't know why it never ricocheted.
Mark,
Went through my
Mark,
brain.
can I send them
Did
what
it-
you're showing
did-
them so they can
did-
see it
did
on the
it-
screen
did
as well?
it-
Could you add that to the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when he does
yeah,
the edits,
please,
when he does
yeah,
the edits, when he
please,
does the
yeah.
edits. Because Jedi, I got all of them in it.
Yeah,
I got them.
Fucking.
No, it's got-
What's your bone made out of? Did they test your
Bloody
bone? Like
hell.
you got super bone density or
It's
something?
what it is. I've got an invincible spirit.
Go on, bro.
Marv,
Bro,
you got to
do
tell
you know
them
what I
about
was
the
gonna
calcium.
say?
You got to tell them about the calcium.
But wait though, because we got there for a reason. Even though that's remarkable, yeah, and whatever, yeah. You said specifically supernatural.
Right, so this is what happened, right? So when I went back to the doctors and went to all the scientists and the specialists, they never expected. Let me just show you this one first, because you've got to see the break in the bone. Because when you see the break,
Wait, how many times did they shoot you, bro?
5.
5.
They must be pissed
And,
you're still alive, bro.
stab of 23 times.
No, what's it?
Bro, they must be.
Well, not the
peed
same
off you're still
incident.
alive.
No,
yeah,
different.
yeah,
No.
Look at the
Collection.
break in that leg.
Let me show
See it?
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna send them to Jedi. I got all of them. I got all of them. Marv
So-
sent me all of them.
so
Yeah,
go on then.
Major.
So
I'll
basically,
send it so you can
I
add
had
it to the
to-
episode.
I had
Yeah, I
to-
got you.
I had to keep breaking my leg for 18 months to walk again.
Explain that. Yeah.
Because they boot me out of the hospital because I wouldn't take morphine, because morphine's going to make you a smackhead, and the only thing that makes calcium is broken bone. That's when I found out about the alkaline diet. So finding all this stuff out, right? So basically, I've done the reason I want to walk again, right? So I want to walk, so I'm obsessed with walking. So that's when we started all the boxing, all the stuff in Spain with MTK, MGM, and grew everything. Because getting to that point of physical abilities was my driving force to walk again. I mean, and we got into the boxing world, MTK, MGM, all that. And basically it was that process, after I got arrested for the 4 murders, yeah, it was the whole process that made me realise that I had a proper purpose on this planet. And the way I looked at it is like this. I don't know, and I'm not saying this out of ego or thinking I'm anything special, but I don't know anybody that got to where I got to on their own. Right? And I don't know anyone who's earned more money than me. I don't know anybody who's ever been more, I don't. And I'm not saying it. I don't know who's been out or spent more money. I don't know who's had the more expensive watch than me, because I've always had the most expensive. Do you know what I mean? That's what I always drove myself towards, having the best of everything before everyone else. And that was just a mad pill I had because of the trauma and lack I grew up with. Do you know what I'm saying? So, however, being through the processes I've been through, it's given me the credibility to say it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
You ain't getting what I got. You ain't getting close to what I got, what I had, what I dealt with. What's the point if what I'd done was walk out of it when I had it all?
And that's how we connected.
So this is
Because of my clip
Yeah.
that what made you think posted when I was saying that the new gangster is not stabbing someone with a kitchen knife because it's easy to access someone with a knife. You know what I mean?
Right, and I tell you what it was.
That
right?
was
It
the
it
clip.
It was one
Say
where-
that one more time.
I was basically saying a new gangster's not stabbing someone because it's easy to get access to a knife. The new gangster's paying for your daughter's wedding, retiring your mum. You know
Buying
what I
your
mean?
mum's home, he said.
Buying your mum's home.
Buying your mum's house. And I thought,
No,
wow,
no,
That's
that's
a new
respect
gangster.
that.
Yeah, that was a new
Right, so-
gangster.
Because I reside in a porter cabin, right? And I go without, not everything, but what I used to. I live better than most people, even though I'm skint. And I live in a porter cabin because I paid for my daughter to go boarding school. And she goes to the best boarding school in the country. And lo and behold, not only does she attend the school, yeah, I'll show you.
So that's real.
I'm gonna bring it back though.
Go on.
Let's see the what Marv's showing. I'm gonna bring it back though.
Well, now look,
Before we go too
she's
far.
the face of the school now.
Oh wow.
What?
And that's all the richest kids in this country, mate. Yeah, Millfield boarding school. My sister's the face of it, bruv. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Gotta rate
I've
that.
gone
Gotta rate
from road to reality without crime, and I pay for my daughter to go boarding school. She's super posh.
All right,
And
wait,
no,
wait,
wait, no,
wait.
Jed, and this is important I say this. And
Go
then when me and Marv spoke,
Yeah.
he used to be with Pops, Jooks and that back in the day in Monks and
You're going
like
too
that.
far. You're
No,
going
I'm
too
not.
far.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
One-
No, but
one
that's to make the
second.
real connection.
We're gonna
yeah.
go back there.
Yeah, go on.
I need to double back.
Go on.
You had a supernatural
Oh,
experience.
you still get.
Yeah. When you got shot, what was
go
it?
back to
what
the other
was
thing
it?
as well, yeah?
Just
that-
what was the
right, so-
supernatural experience?
Right. So supernatural was this, yeah. When I see them X-rays,
Yeah.
I thought, how the fuck? How is that possible? My femoral artery got punctured in 3 places and I never bled. I got told I'll never ever walk again.
You're walking.
So I'm walking. And I looked, mate, when they showed me the bullets and they was flat as pang, I was like, rah. Like, the universe, and then the court case, and then my son's friend. It's just, and now where I'm at, I've got no team, got no one behind me, got no finances, no money. But yeah, I've had 5 billion views in the last 2 years. 5 billion views in the last 2 years. 5 billion views in the last 2 years. And everybody in the whole country knows me. Mum, nans, granddads. I'll get asked for kids, photos with granddads and nans for their grandkids. I'm not going to believe I'll see you.
We went West End together, yeah. Everybody and their mum stopped Marv. Everybody.
Anywhere I go.
100%. When we went, we took public transport. Everyone. Marv said, "Let's go and jump." And then let them know about the working class. Make sure they matter. Show them that they matter. That it's levels. It's
what
levels.
I do, when this is the little trends, right, that I've set, and you're going to watch it grow, right? So thanking the bus driver as you get off. Like, no one does that. No one. So I've started doing it, and it's picking up now because I've been on a few buses in North London where people have said, "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Driver," and they've got off. But it's coming, right? The rubbish men. Thank the rubbish men for picking up the rubbish every day. Why don't no one thank them? The postman. Why don't you ever thank
I was
the
raised
postman?
like that, so that's normal for me.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Everyone know.
You know, thank
stop.
the man when he stops at the zebra crossing.
No,
Do you know?
I stop.
Do you know the ones there? Like,
So
say
if I'm
thank
driving
you.
down the road
Yeah.
and I see them picking up the rubbish,
Yeah.
I get out of my car, I walk up to them and say, "Thank you very much."
Okay.
Because no one thanks you enough for keeping the fucking streets clean. And it's a piss hole without people like you. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And I get back in my car and drive off. Because I think it's a fucking liberty that everyone moans and whinges because they got up late, they've messed up, their life's fucked, and they want to dig everybody else and not even say thank you to the people who are keeping it straight for them. So I mean, ambulance men have saved my life. Firemen, like the real bad men,
Yeah.
the
We spoke
real
about this,
bad
we spoke
men.
about this,
Right,
yeah,
watch
yeah.
this, yeah. The
Yeah.
real, you know who a real bad man is?
Yeah.
And I've got to get
Tell
ready
him,
for this
Marv.
one.
Tell him.
A real bad man is a man that will run into a burning building for a fucking stranger.
Danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
We spoke about this, yeah.
For a
That's
stranger.
some
And they've
real
got
shit.
kids, bruv. They've got kids, you know. They've got kids. They've got kids.
They've got
And they'll
kids.
run in a fucking burning building to
Yeah,
save
no,
your
they've
ass,
got
no matter
time
who
to
you
lose.
are.
I was watching the Grenfell thing the other day.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that was
and
on
I know a
Netflix,
few of the
yeah,
firefighters
Netflix,
that was
yeah, Netflix,
that was
yeah.
involved in
Come
there,
on.
yeah. And it's like when they're describing like coming down for the 3rd, 5th time and having to go back up there. Like man described like a little girl ran up there, whatever. He's like, "Yo, it's the 21st floor."
Yeah.
Of this thing that's on fire.
Did you see the guy that was on the phone to the woman and then she just said, "I want to go with my son"?
Yeah.
That-
It's deep,
that
bro.
pulled on my heartstrings.
It's deep,
That pulled on
man.
my
It's
heartstrings,
deep,
yeah.
and obviously, like it's
rest
it's
their
very,
souls.
it's a very deep
Scenario.
But no,
scenario.
So
But
so
yeah, you're right.
back to the heroes that run in the burning buildings for strangers. Do you get it? Like, and no one really gives them any props.
Let
You
me
see
ask you.
them, but I held them up. I flatter when I see them. Yo. Listen, I've got to say thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Like, I appreciate you. I appreciate you because the lives, and you don't even appreciate the trauma that they've been through just to come and save your ass. And everyone's moaning about how much of a bad day they've had.
All the TFL workers, master.
Yeah,
all
no,
of them.
that's
You get lost on the underground.
The thing I'm gonna say quickly, is bro, because all right. So I've known you before I'm meeting you. This is the first time I'm meeting you, you get me? Right. So I'd see your story and all them thing there. But one thing, with all the attempts on your life, bro, all the attempts, blood, shooting, stabbing, all them kind of thing there, bro. After these things happen to you and you're still here, what is the thought that goes through your brain? Like, is it the fact that I'm supposed to be here for a purpose? Is that what I'm saying to you? Because you're gonna have that by myself meeting. Like,
I'm what they call reality.
Yeah.
So when you say I can do that, can you? Okay, show me. Like in any way, shape, or form, because we can do everything.
Yeah.
Like there ain't nothing we ain't done. Like it's you've got to understand. Everybody has a purpose on this planet. It's up to them to find out theirs. Mine is just to guide people away from ignorance, stupidity, and egotism. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we're all ego magnets for materialistic shit.
You can't teach stupidity.
Yeah.
How did you meet Creeper, like officially? How did you first come across him? You said you saw something of him?
Yeah, I watched something he said about a real, it's not a G sitting in prison or doing this stuff.
Yeah.
The real G's pay for their mum's house, pay for their kids to go to school. And I thought, you know what, this kid's got a point. I want to see what he's about and see what he's about. So then I rang him, I said, well, you can ask anyone about me, do what you like, but I'm telling you now, what I see is da-da-da. So he asked his people about me and they've all verified that we're proper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is.
They was around each other before I was even born.
Yeah.
Before I was even born.
Who exactly was around each other?
My pops, Jukes,
Mad.
Monks, Ablai, the LOM lot, but like the official LOM lot. Mar's been around all of them.
The realists.
All of them.
We are the realists.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the magic. I've never tried to be a gangster.
Yeah.
I've just tried to get black people dough.
Yeah.
Let's make some money.
Yeah.
And people say, "Oh, why do you talk like a white man?" I said, "I don't talk. I can't be a yardie because my dad's from Barbados, and I don't want to talk like the
Like
last
this.
last week. I can't. I'm being a bad man. I can't talk like that. So it don't make sense.
It'd be funny though. You're asshole.
Asshole. That's my dad. Sorry, I used to say that my dad. My dad used to. But I've got a wicked video clip of my dad, yeah. Because I used to take the piss out of my dad, yeah. And basically, there's a clip of my dad, rest his soul, just before he died, and he said to my sister, he said, "You know what? These pussies don't realise. He's lucky I slapped him because if I rung my sons for these people." And everyone just thinks I'm the caretaker still, you know. They don't know. They don't know about my sons and all that. Because my dad wasn't the aggressor like me.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was a business money man. And I just took it to another level because of domestic violence. However, I've learned to accept my dad beating my mum up because I've asked myself a simple question. What would I do if I come home and all my kids are smoking heroin and crack? With my girlfriend.
Fucking hell.
Because I was a crackhead at the age of 11.
For real?
Yeah, man. I'll give up heroin and cocaine by the time I was 19 to be an armed robber.
All right, look.
Like, you got a story, bro.
So,
Mad.
That was the norm back then, though.
Kind of, but I know. Yeah, I get it. But you was doing it with your mum?
No.
With his girlfriend?
No. My mum.
Yeah.
My mum partaked in her own traumas. She had her own traumas and she used substances.
Yeah.
We was in a house where we was allowed to use whatever substances we wanted.
Under her roof, with her around, knowing.
Yeah, not a problem,
so
man, not a problem.
Not a problem.
Not a problem. It's a break-off piece for mum and that. Make sure mum's all right. As long as mum was all right, we was all right.
How many siblings you got?
I think there's 16 of us all together.
Yeah, Dad was doing that thing.
Yeah, it was about, and it was all over the place. All over Liverpool, Manchester, London.
But how many in your house?
4, 5, 6 at a time.
And they were,
others come and went.
Were they all like doing smoking and that, or was it just you? How many of you lot was on the smoke?
No, we was all on something. We was all on something. I think one of my little sisters pretended she wasn't, but everybody was on something. The whole house. Mum, aunties, cousins. Apart
Just
from,
the culture.
No, apart from Adam. Apart from my cousin Adam, he was the only one who used to say what he said to me.
Should we big up Adam?
Big up Adam.
Big up Adam, man.
Adam was, watch this. I was the baddest man in my family, right?
Yeah.
Preferably most of London and the rest of the country. I was bad. And I said to this, you know what he said to me? I never want to be like you. You're scum. But I don't want to be like you. I said, what's the matter with you? I used to think, what's the matter with this lunatic?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't want to be like me? You don't want to get money? You're a little weirdo, And I used to dig him out. But now he's shown me now, being who I am, the power he had at 9, 10, 11 years of
To
age.
be like, I'm not...
Telling the most scariest man in his manner, you know. You're a scumbag.
Mad.
Why do I want to be like you for? You're a scumbag. What do you think I want to live like you, scumbag?
Mad.
That's how my little cousin used to speak to me. So he's the man I give ratings out of everybody on the planet, mate.
Because he kept it real.
Mate,
He had the most love.
Mate, I don't know anybody. And I don't know anybody that stood up against me.
Yeah.
Like really, do you know what I mean? Like you're wrong. You're without being served up, shot or put in hospital. Do you know what I mean? And that was because I was a lunatic, and I can actually look back now and be accountable for that sickness. However, I would like to add that I was only a lunatic to all the fucking bullies. Yeah? I never hit anybody or troubled anybody that was weaker or softer than
makes
myself.
you different then.
Only bullies.
Do you know what's... but at the same time, like your fucking head start, you didn't really have a chance, bruv. The head start, because you know what? Drugs really can fuck up your head and take you in a different direction anyway.
I always wanted to be, though. That's the thing. I always wanted to be an armed robber. I used to watch the Sweeney and said, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Fuck this, fuck that, fuck this. Fuck it all, mate. That's what. And I actually.
Do you know what? If you grew up in... Where's good? Where's good?
In the country now.
Where's good? Where's good?
Right.
In the country now it's fucked, but where was good? Hertfordshire, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, one of them.
Somewhere good.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, it's debatable.
Yeah, it's debatable. That's what I'm
You
saying.
could have got naughty around Chelsea still.
really good,
Not
you know
Chelsea.
what I mean? It's like,
But let's say
where's
that,
really
I
good?
don't know, bruv. Because when I got to think of a perfect place,
And you know what?
there
You
is no
know
perfect
what we
place,
don't
is
want to
there?
say. You know what we
I'll tell you where
don't want to do.
I'll
You
tell
know
you
we
where
don't
it
want
is.
to do. You know
I'll
we
tell
don't
you
want to
where it is. Let me
do.
just
We don't
say-
want to say this place is good and then someone takes an offence.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to tell you where it is, right? And this is just me being honest. Yeah? Africa. End
All right,
of, mate.
cool.
And I'll tell you why I say
Cool.
Africa. Because I'll give you some gems now about Africa. Every European country ate raw meat until it went to Africa. The Africans civilised the whole of Europe.
Yep.
The Africans taught everything,
Wash
science,
everything. Yeah.
science, geometry.
That's right. That's right.
The Africans, everybody had to go to Egypt to learn the mystic ways of Egypt. They all got educated about physics, chemistry and science in Egypt. The Greeks stole the Sumerian tablet and said they created language and created J.
Dropping science.
Constantine the Great created the campaign to make everybody believe Jesus is white, when that was either Leonardo da Vinci's boyfriend or Constantine the Great.
Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, all that, man.
Caesar Borgia.
I'm not even being geographical. I thought you meant over here. I didn't know it was.
No, whatever. But he's
anyway,
Marvin's going
perfect.
to take you where he's going
Perfect,
to take it.
yeah, perfect.
Right.
Africa's the guy.
But yeah, but I understand. But if you grew up in Africa, amongst the niceness, properness, and say for instance all that, the trauma, the turmoil that carved you, created you,
Right,
who
here's a
would
question
Marvin
for you.
be?
Now, watch this. Ask yourself this one question. Right, ask yourself this question. What nasty African have you ever met?
A few.
nasty in
Was
which way?
nasty in what way?
Again.
You have to say in which way.
So what I'm saying to you, right? So, this is my opinion. I've never met a nasty African. They've always been nice. They've always been nice. They've always had good morals. So, I mean, they've got good principles. And and this is only me, I think the 90s, they went through a turbulent time. Because in the 80s and 90s, a lot of Africans didn't want to be African, they wanted to be Jamaican.
Yeah, true.
So they went through a transitional period. But prior to that, Africans were good businessmen. They have good quality standards. Like, they've got the structure in the household correct. Like, even all your African friends all still speak to their brothers, and the mum and the dad are still in communication. It's not split like the West. Do you know what I mean? And that's just from my
I hear you, man. You know, I hear you.
That's
And
my
there's
observation.
some truth to it. Like,
Okay.
generally, I think that I can definitely agree with you on a general thing. Unfortunately, the virus that's got into some communities didn't stop at your doorstep or your doorstep, kept going. Yeah, and you came into school and taught another you, and rare. So as you're born into a society, especially being first generation like myself, where mum doesn't know fuck all, so she doesn't know what to look out for. I'm submerged into the world that Marvin Herbert and your uncle and pops and that have created, and it's sink or swim. So it's not even you don't even get the option of let me just live like that. You're here and you're on North Peckham Estate and it's popping, and it is what it is. On your way to school, you're gonna defend yourself. You're gonna do your thing. Where I hear when you lot say that Africans wanted to be Jamaican or acted like, but I think the truth is, all humans, smart humans, socially aware humans, adapt to what's popping. They plug into what's popping. Yeah. So if it's popping and it's cool,
when I say that,
it's cool. No, I know what you mean.
So when I say that, I'm not being derogatory. I'm just saying. I was when I went around people's houses, like, why are you trying to be Jamaican? Not African, bro.
Yeah,
what's the matter? I could. Right. So I'm a little different because I'm mixed race.
Yeah.
So I could never understand why an African would pretend to be Jamaican. I'd be like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And then when they go out and say, he ain't fucking the yardie, man. He's an African. You're an African. Stop being a fucking idiot. You're African, bro. Will you eat me up for it? I used to fall out with
adamant. Man proper trying to pretend. Yeah, it's crazy.
So I could never get that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to like even me, like I come up from Liverpool with a Scouse accent and I lost my Scouse accent to blend in and fit in because I wanted to be an armed robbing gangster. So I become an armed robbing gangster and done some badness. But that was based on my trauma, my environment, and my circumstances.
Yeah.
But I made the wrong choices because I could have went to school, I could have went to university, but I chose to take my route. So I don't blame anybody for what I've been through.
No, fair enough. No one to blame.
In all fair, I've enjoyed
but people did, but people did have a hand in.
Real.
Like, as we know better now, we can know what to look out for in terms of protecting children.
Right, so
like,
what I tell people about this children, children is this, unless you enjoy getting stabbed, beaten up, shot and spend your life in prison, don't bother, because I actually enjoyed all that bullshit. It was a test for me, even to see when I go to prison, see what they can do. So I went to prison, facts, in 1993, and to test other people in prison, I wore an 18-carat gold Submariner on my whole sentence and left it in the shower room and everywhere. See if he'll take my watch. Take my watch. I dare you, son. And I went and showered. I left it in the shower room overnight, bruv. And people will tell you, I went everywhere with my Rolex, mate. And I left it everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Because I was so confrontational. I wanted
you just wanted it.
I wanted it. I wanted it. Even to the point, there's other things.
Who was you trying to fight? What was you fighting, Marvin? Like
adversity.
But it's like
so on my wing, there was no bullies, mate.
Yeah.
No, what we talking to them like for? And I fought everybody. But I'll give everybody everything. No one went skint on my wing.
You're a good fighter.
Well,
isn't it? Like,
I've seen the fight.
You seen the fight?
I've seen the fight.
Where did you see it? Let Creeps tell us the story.
I've seen the videos. Yeah.
I've got footage. I've sparred world champions. I've sparred world champions.
I've seen it.
So where did the boxing get into? Because this is part of the story that
it's not the street fighting Marvin box. Like he can really box.
You know what I should have done, Marvin? Because I didn't know you was gonna be here. It's a surprise, special guest.
It was a special guest.
But I need to go from bit because I don't care who else has interviewed you.
Yeah.
I want to know for myself.
So,
go on.
I had to fight everybody. So I had to make sure that I was capable of fighting lots of people because I was a one-man band. How about that? Yeah. So I learned how to fight very good for a very long period of time. So if you
but how did you learn? Like, as in,
boxing.
You went
I went boxing. I went any boxing gym I could go in and I'd fight and I'd spar anyone.
At what age did you go?
8, 9 years of age.
Yeah.
And I went and I fought every boxer. I know all the boxers. That's why I know the boxing world. I know all the boxers around the whole world.
Did someone teach you the foundations as a younger?
You learn as you grow. You learn. You pick them all up. It's all skills you learn. Like they teach you how to box so they can make money. They don't teach you how to box to survive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I learned a different way of boxing. So I'll get in the ring with you and you'll be the best boxer in the world, but I'll fucking make you tired and you'll wish you never got in that ring because you'll be looking for every excuse to have a rest or get out.
You know, he's Marv's conditioning. The other day I was in the hut, and he was telling me to punch him in his stomach, yeah.
I think I seen him taking
he done it with ambush.
Yeah,
With
even
ambush.
someone like you,
Ambush.
someone like you would be surprised that you couldn't even win me.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Because
I was watching ambush punching,
and
I
I
was
can
like,
punch.
come on, ambush.
And I can punch.
So you
I
can,
can punch,
now
yeah.
it's on you now.
Are
Then.
you gonna?
Not putting on ambush. Not putting on ambush.
No, Marv loves
Challenge. The challenge.
loves that.
Hey.
The challenge.
See, no, see. It's not chat.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
chat. Come on.
Yeah.
And Jedi's gonna ski.
Jedi, I'm telling you.
Have your drink.
Yeah, go on, have the juice.
It's got to be just below my hand.
All
Yeah.
right, TikTok. Well, we're gonna see Jedi.
It hurts. Right? Come on, in the gut.
He's gonna box.
God, look, Jedi, I've done this before. I've done it. I've done it.
You give him a punch?
Yeah,
But
go on.
You want it here, yeah?
No, anywhere in the stomach.
Oh, just here, yeah?
Yeah. Come on.
Right, let's go, man. Let's go, man.
Come on, man. Get it on point. On point.
You know what? I'm only gonna be punching my brother for ego. I know I can't do it. Like I know. But I'm gonna give him. I'm punching you for. Yeah, I felt it slip off.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Come on.
Oh, yeah, hold on, no.
Come on. Yeah. All day long, and again. Come on, and again. Yeah. And again. Come on, and again. Come on. What's the matter with ya? No, come on. That's what I try to tell people.
Hey,
Watch
it's mad. It's mad.
Give me one up the side.
No, I'm done. Anyone else?
Jedi, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that one.
I'm alright.
Don't fall for that one. I fell for it. Almost broke my knuckle.
Just feel it.
Yeah, I almost broke my knuckle. I almost broke my knuckle.
That's
Don't
the
do
ribs,
it.
bruv.
Don't
That's
do
the
it.
ribs
Don't
ring.
do it.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. When you ask me, can I box? When you get in the ring with me,
It's different.
I'm just and you're gonna punch away.
You're gonna burn yourself out. You're gonna burn yourself out.
And then I'll say, yeah.
You're gonna burn yourself
How you
out.
feeling? And it's all pat, 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 pat,
Yep.
pat, pat, pat.
Hey.
Even the way he eats, Marv would only eat what?
Twice a week, 3 times at a push. I fast 2-3 days a week. I don't eat. I only eat once or like twice or 3 times a week. I'll eat.
That's fine.
And the rest of the days, what do you do?
Drink that tea.
What's that? Lemon and that.
Lemon and tea, yeah. Because lemons are the only thing that kills stomach parasites.
Alkaline.
Yeah.
No, alkaline's with
Acidic, sorry.
right. So no, the alkaline is created with lemons and bicarbonated soda. So I have that every morning when on an empty stomach. Just drink that, and then I'll drink that, and then I might eat every other day, and then every weekend I'll stop eating Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Get them man there to pattern the noise, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah,
Bro, can he watch the trainers as well?
My trainers.
Yeah. Alright, so Creeps, what's been going on, man? Because you're running around with Marvin and that. Get me, surprising man with Marvin. You always got many tricks up his sleeve.
No,
I'll give my credit to you as well,
I appreciate
bro.
you, my bro. Remember I told you I was coming in and
This don't count as my. This don't count.
we're gonna start the one to one.
This don't count.
But even Major,
Don't try it.
me and
It's
Major know
slippery.
each other for over 20 years.
Yeah, boy.
20 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How did you
easily.
meet?
Alright, so it was at a Tantrums video shoot.
Yes. Big up Tantrum.
And I did I think it was one of her first video, well, a video I did for her.
Yeah.
And
It was on set.
I met Rico there, and I met Creeper there, and good people. We
My Rico.
Yeah, and
Stainless.
Stainless, and we just kept it for all these years. You get me? I've always got ratings for this guy. He's always kept it neat. He's always kept it positive. And what you're doing right now, Creeps, I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
Now,
And
do you
it
know?
goes hand in
I
hand with
appreciate
what
you.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was? Someone said it to me, because someone said you did it in the streets, with the connecting the gangs and bringing this one. But that was because man lived in 37 areas in London. So where I've lived in all these areas, I've connected with all the real ones.
37?
37 areas.
When you say what's the area? What's the area like Peckham, Brixton, Canberra? Is that what you mean?
If I lived in, I've lived in more East London, so Newham, Waltham Forest, Hackney, Essex. I lived in Yellow Brick in Peckham. I was on the phone to my cousin the other day. She was reminding
What
me.
you doing in fucking Yellow Brick?
Yeah, I was with my cousin for like 7-8 months in Yellow Brick. I've lived in Church Road, all of that. Like I'm all over, basically 37.
Is this different family members you're living with, or what's
Majority of it was moving. Like I said, ET found home before I did. I always say that. I always say ET found. But along the way, I've connected with every real person.
Was you ever in care? Like, I'm trying to
never.
understand.
No, never.
So why was you living in so many
So
places? That's not normal.
Pops who Marvin knows jokes. Yeah, I can't speak his business on camera, but he did something he wasn't supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it was, we need to move.
Yeah.
We need to move.
This is your father.
So yeah, so big up Pops.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my mum made herself homeless, and then obviously when you're on the council,
Yeah,
you're just
so
getting
you lot trying to
put around.
move about, trying to
Because
keep it
Pops-
moving.
Pops, yeah.
Stuff is going.
You know,
street
certain
shit.
things. Yeah, real stuff
Just keep it
happens.
like
Yeah.
that.
So Pops come home one day, he's like, yo, madness out.
Like in the movie.
Out.
Pack your bag, get a small bag, you.
And
man
man lived
You know you always scream at the TV. Just shut up and listen to him.
Man lived out of black bags for years. Like, I've lived in Clacton-on-Sea. I was homeschooled by my mum for a whole year in Clacton-on-Sea.
What was that like?
Racist. It was mad.
Yeah?
It was mad. But mum, like with mum, yeah, she taught man intelligence, but then she also taught man common sense. Which school don't teach you the common sense. They just
true.
they try to provide the intelligence.
No,
What you
school
think is
teaches you to have a
intelligence.
Did you ever envy a normal life? Or did you ever think
At the time, moving around so much, I hated it because it's not like now where you can reconnect with people as easy as it was back then. Because you got to remember, with social media now, you can find someone on Instagram, you can find someone on Facebook. Back then, you knew your friends from knocking his front door. So when your parents are taking you away from that,
it could almost like a complete cut.
100%. I remember walking back into school in year 8 and people were like, oh, I thought you had gone forever. Because there was no way to access me back then. So I resented it because it was like, oh, I've got to meet this person, that person. But then now I'm older, and when I started doing music and I connected, I'm watching my video. When people are seeing me in my music video, 100 man in the hood, they're like, how did he do that? Well, I got this one, that one, that one, that one from this estate. And they're all connecting. Like,
what does home mean to you, though? Because I'm thinking...
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Like, the reason why I say that is because I kind of relate to moving around a little bit. But for 13 years, I was in mum's yard. And they weren't really doing... But your story seems like a little bit more disjointed. So, like, when you as a big man, what is home to you now?
I still ain't even found home.
I
still ain't even found home.
I can believe that, you know?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I think it's you're searching. It's like
For a feeling of where you belong, right?
I believe that I'm gonna be somewhere. I've seen where my land meets the sea, and the house is in the bit. I've seen it, so I know where I'm gonna end up.
But you don't know where that is.
I've never had a home. I've never felt home. I've felt like I belonged somewhere, but I've never felt at home. I've never felt this is my place.
Never.
The
I feel like my childhood home was definitely home. Growing up in mum's house was definitely home.
I always say this.
Blessed, you know?
I am blessed. You know, it was
yeah.
only for 13 years. She was shot and murdered.
No.
But do you know what I mean?
Shut up.
Yeah, it was only, It was only for 13 years. So I've only had a mum for 13 years.
Well, genuinely,
you know what I mean?
I never knew that story.
Bruv, it's a deep one. But basically, essentially, she went back to Nigeria. My grandma was living with me. My grandma was getting old. She was having visions of that she's gonna die.
Grandma was visioning mum was gonna die.
No, my grandma was visioning that she was gonna die.
Yeah, grandma.
And she was saying she ain't dying in fucking no Peckham, London, South London, you cunts. Do you know what I mean? Take me back home. Nigeria. Do you know what I mean? So she went back. My mum gathered some stuff together and then said, look, I'm gonna go and settle her in and whatever. As soon as she went out there, it was like a setup. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. 13 shots. What? Do you know what I'm trying to say? And that's her dance done. And then my grandma has to bury her daughter, so it's almost like you weren't visioning you dying.
Yeah.
Do you know when you interpret your dream from your ego?
Yeah.
And you just think, that is me. That weren't even you. That was your daughter.
Sorry to open up a can of worms, but did you find out why?
Do you know what?
I
think I did, yes.
Mate.
I would say 50-50, yeah, I did. Like, I've been given some deep information on like who was responsible, whatever. It's a very big thing.
Political.
But I think, political. I think personally, deep down, my mum should not have gone back to Nigeria knowing that there's possibly targets on her head and things weren't. But she thought shit was sweet. She'd been in Peckham for.
I mean, as I said, not even.
She thought shit was sweet.
Not even,
she went back there. She was caught
you
slipping.
say you want to talk to me, but at some point I want to talk
Yeah,
to
The question, because I said I don't want to deliberate.
I said that for a
long.
reason, though.
Okay.
Mum, wait, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
I said that for a reason. Mum, boom, boom. Your mum, what was we talking about? Finding home.
Buying a house for your mum, innit?
buying a house.
That's what he said. It was a
But
real
he was
bad
talking
man.
No, he was talking
He's
about
not being a
place where
bad
he call
man.
home, trying to deliberate because obviously he's been so many places.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah,
ask him
he
if he's
calls
been
home.
into care.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
says,
because I think that this disjointedness. I was thinking, rah, it must be hard for you to have that feeling of anchorage because you're so used to moving about, and I can relate to that. That's what I was saying. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Right, all that moving about. So now you're a big man. I feel like, is home an important thing to you? Is that something that you're looking for, or are you just like, you know what, I'm a nomad?
You know
now.
what's crazy? Now
Get
I
me?
look at home as my body's my temple.
Facts.
That's how I
That's
look at home.
facts. That's the ultimate
This is
truth.
my, no matter where I put
That's
myself,
calm.
I am
Yeah,
me.
that's good.
That's how I look at life.
You know, like
you
them, them free men. You know them free men,
that's what I'm
right?
gonna
When you
do.
ask them, yeah,
what I'm
seriously.
gonna
When the plot asks them, "Fucking where do you live?" and it says, "Yo, I inhabit my body."
Listen. You see. Listen.
I was just like, boom, boom, boom,
I won a case of that last year, yeah.
Did you?
And as the judge got up and walked out, I went, "You fucking nonce." And then he gave me 7 days
Fuck's
for
sake.
contempt of
Contempt
court.
of court.
I had to do a day, yeah.
So he risen
And
and
walked
went to
on,
bounce.
yeah.
You fucking had it in the bag, bro.
got it. I got it.
You know what it is, yeah? I always say, yeah, we're born looking like our parents, but we're gonna die looking like our
choices.
choices.
That's
a
you say
fact,
that still.
bro.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It is, but the thing is, creep. The thing
You
is,
just say, no, you're chatting shit. You're chatting
do
shit.
you know what it is? I say like, I know bare people who know you, like with like mutual friends, innit? And I don't have. There's not one person I know who says a bad word about you.
Nah,
Steve.
I know some people say bad words about people.
No, but I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm just saying everybody I know, they don't.
Because
say
it's
a
not
bad
good.
word.
If everyone says a good word about you, then you're a shit cunt. Like secretly, then you're a deceiver.
What's the bad things you've heard?
I ain't gonna say on camera.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I ain't gonna say on camera, but I know they're hated.
oh yeah.
Right? No, I know personally
Yeah, but-
they're hate. I know
yeah.
it's hate. I know it's hate, and it's just you're a hater, innit?
It's just, I would call that reflection.
But at least someone's chatting shit.
They're reflecting
I
their
know
trauma.
people. Come on, bro. If
Yeah.
you're truly shining, I don't want to do the cliche. With
Oh, yeah.
everyone needs a hater,
Yeah.
but in terms of energy and balance, it's actually factual.
Yeah, it's true.
If you are actually doing some real
it's
good
true.
work out here, if you don't have adversaries, then that's worrying. Then that means you're not a threat to the fuckery.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
You
got
four.
What have you got for what?
Haters. They
Foots.
attacked me. They attacked me like you couldn't imagine. Try to come in like they was gonna end my.
Do you know them personally?
No, not personally. I don't know them. They were just like big people in the industry.
Yeah.
And they set about me, and then basically because I'm a counter surveillance nut, yeah, I taped them up, I videoed them, and then basically sent them their own videos and tapes of what they've actually been saying. Like one got sent. I'm your best friend, I'm your best friend, I'm your best friend. I can't stand him, can't stand him, can't stand him. Like, why is he like that? But they don't know they're talking about each other behind each other's back.
Yeah, but then that's blatantly the case. If if someone's gonna be talking about you to someone else, then they're gonna.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's just something.
So
that
what I've
they're
done,
gonna do.
I posted a couple of little things on social media and then sent them the whole lot and said, look, if you want to play games, we'll play games. But this is what you said. And then they listen and think, oh, I don't want to leave me alone. Left me alone.
I was gonna say, you see,
I got a
you
question
see, wait,
for
you
Marvin.
see the brother who put the lead in you and everything there.
Yeah.
He's back to that.
No, but I'm thinking,
Yeah.
imagine you
Yeah,
went to
Major's
go
still
bun
thinking about it,
somebody,
he's still thinking about it, yeah.
and you bun them, and they're still. I'd be pissed.
And what's
blood.
this? What's this?
I'll be
And
pissed.
what's this? What's this?
They don't even know why.
No, and he
Yeah,
went to the gym, but he couldn't compete with me in the ring. So he knows physically,
Yeah.
he's in trouble.
yeah.
He knows if I wanted to switch on with him, he's in trouble. And he's seen my confidence because we went to do something and I got out of a car to go and put it on. At the time, I think it was 7 to 11 lumps that I had to go and put it on. And he sat in the car and he watched me put it on them and get paid. Do you get what I'm saying, Joe? So he's seen my confidence. He's been around me when I've collected just under £1 million of bits off people. I've took houses, cars, everything. Like I used to be like a repo man for the criminal world in Spain, yeah. And he's been with me, so he's seen the strength of everything. I mean,
The same dude that shot you.
yeah. Because
So why is it really always someone that's fucking?
close to you. It always has to be.
I don't think Marvin ever say it on camera, but when you know why, it's deep. It's deep.
You'll know why when I make my movies.
Well, hablo español.
Hablo poquito.
Poquito
Y hablo
español.
mucho.
So
Hablo
the
mucho.
question I wanted to ask you, right? Going left field, Marv. Yeah. in a short sentence, can you tell us what happened with Dot Rotten?
Oh,
Rate me for that. Rate me.
Okay, well, ring Lex.
You let him get his bag, so I need to get my bag. My bag has my personal goods that I paid my money for. I'm not really trying to ask for my stuff because my stuff is my stuff. I need my stuff in it. Like, all my stuff is behind you, so I need my stuff. I'm not really trying to ask.
Right, listen.
I'm not, listen to me. I'm not really trying to ask for my stuff. I'm saying I need my stuff. You're stopping me from getting it, and you did not put me here or put me in this building or anything. I'm saying I need my stuff. You're stopping me from getting it.
Right,
Your issue, I said to you upstairs, your issue with Lex is your issue with Lex. You agreed, and now you're telling me, bruv, I can't take my stuff.
Face that don't give a fuck.
All right. Well, excuse me. I need to get my stuff.
You
now.
have to wait.
No, I don't have to wait to get my stuff. No, I don't. 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 God knows I don't. So can I have my bag?
Just wait a minute.
Lewis can have his bag. Can I have my bag? Lewis can have. No, I can't. No, I can't because I shouldn't have to wait for nothing. Can I have my bag? Fuck that. My shit is in there and you're telling me I can't take it.
Come in then.
What? You're telling me I can't take my stuff?
You're coming in.
Come in, yeah, I will come in. Give me a minute.
Go on then.
Give me a minute. Keep the door unlocked. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
What's happening now then? You're waiting for the police, yeah? Okay. No, you can get in the building once the marshal gear's back.
It's there in the car.
We'll bring it over then.
You gotta get it. You get it.
Hold on, you took it out of the building.
So what? You go get it.
Furthermore, let me go and see AV then.
What are you talking about?
Let me go and see AV.
Do you know
just
what?
punch him in his face.
What are you on about?
You're supposed to be.
And we've got a camera. And we've got surveillance. And we've got a camera. And we've got a camera.
Shit.
You punched me in my face.
That's what I'm saying. Look at you. Look at you. Look at Nick. Listen to you lot. Listen to you lot. Okay.
This guy isn't letting me in, he's still not letting me in the building to collect my stuff. He's standing outside and with the two. I'm still here. I'm trying to collect my stuff. That's all that's going on. I just want to get my stuff and keep it moving. That's it. Bro.
You've been told you can take the gear.
Shut up, bro. Shut
you can
up.
take the gear once the marshal's back in the building.
Shut up. Give your words to someone who cares.
Okay.
Yes, give them to someone who cares.
So do we know what time the police are coming?
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up.
Coming now.
Shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Just shut up. Please, just shut up, lad. Shut up. Shut up, bro. You are fucking disgrace of a man.
When I get you.
Oh, so the true colours come out eventually.
Fuck off.
Look at ya.
Well, fuck
Look at
yourself,
ya.
man.
Look at ya.
Fuck yourself.
But I'm a bully.
That's your master. Can never be my master.
Look at ya.
Look, Marv, I've got every single recording of me and you and him.
Yeah.
And all you do is fairn us.
Okay.
That's all you do.
So let's
No,
see.
over my money.
Stop. What money?
The 100 grand I'll give you.
30,000.
Yeah, I'll give you 100,000.
You made an agreement that you agreed on that we give you 70 back.
Right, so where's the rest of it?
All right, you're cursed. You're cursed.
They wear over your belts. They can't touch us.
You can sit calm there, but you punched man up earlier, and we've got it. I've seen the footage. I've seen you punch man. I watched it. I saw but from behind. That's a witness and footage, bro. You know what you're on, innit?
Okay.
Don't stand with that pagan. Fam. Stand there. Keep standing there, bro. You're a dickhead as well. You're a dickhead as well. Stand there with that pagan, bro. Stand there.
This thing's no logical sense.
No, they're not. They don't make sense because you're just heated.
Stand there. What's that rapper youth's name?
I don't know.
What's that? Did you see that rapper youth that you got?
I don't know.
That one who you brought to the studio and asked me to do the session for.
The one that hold on. The one that got off drugs.
The one who you gave a bowl.
The one that
you gave a bowl. You see that one who you gave a bowl.
Shit, bro.
You see that rapper?
You just talk shit.
See that rapper you gave a bowl. You see that rapper you gave a bowl. Do you want to know? You want to know what? He hates you.
Okay.
Do you know he actually hates you?
Good.
No. Do you know he's told his friends, and I've heard from his friends that he hates you.
Good.
Just remember that.
Yeah.
You're guiding someone who hates you.
Okay.
Say nothing.
Okay.
Hello?
Living snake.
Living. Yes,
You said
Look
in
what
front of my
you're
nephew the other day.
What?
Did you not think he told me everything?
What?
You're a snake.
What did I say?
A whole heap of shit, bro. A whole heap of shit.
whole heap of shit.
About what?
What did I say?
You're a snake. Listen.
What did I say?
Listen, Bob.
What did I say?
Nothing good will come to you.
What did I say?
Take it all.
What did I
That's
say?
for you. That's for
You lot are just bullies,
That's for
mate.
you.
What did I say?
This one is for you.
Ignore him.
That's for
Ignore
you.
him.
Big up
P Money.
Yeah.
Big up P Money.
Do you know what?
Right, no.
Go on,
I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you what
let you
happened,
talk.
right. So, I'm in Spain. And God rest his soul, Dirty Harry, right? It's my cousin, Charlie Sloth's right-hand man. He rang me up one day and said, "Cuz, I've got a couple of kids here, they need you, you know." I was like, "Why?" He said, "Oh, they've got a studio, but they need you in the studio. Like, they need a little bit of readies, they need this, they need that." I said, "Are they straight?" He said, "Yeah." So I said, "All right, sweet." So I've gone and spoke to him. So I said, "What's your vision? What do you want to do?" "I want to do this, want to do that, I want to do this." So this is the two partners I met. And then basically they said they needed a certain amount of money. So I said, "Okay, fair enough." So they got their money. I come in as a partner. So I had my own little office, never done nothing, just made sure I oversee everything. So when I got there, everyone's bunning weed, smoking weed. So I said, look, no disrespect, I've got my partners in the office. I said, look, I know you got everyone here doing what they're doing. I said, but you do realise who I was and what I used to do. And because I was part of the chain that supplied the whole country with drugs and guns. That was just the easiest way to demonstrate it, right? So I said to him, anyone getting nicked here, you're going to get me nicked. I've just got off a case with assisting an offender. You can't have these people in the building if they're crooked. So let everybody know if they're crooked not to come in the building because this is a legitimate place we're going to be teaching the young kids.
Yeah.
Right. So then basically, one day, Doc Rotten's turned up and everyone said he's this guy. So I said, all right, sweet, not a problem. I never got told anything about who he was. I didn't know who he was. He wasn't my cup of tea as a person, but he was their friend, their partner, and they'd done things that I didn't agree with, didn't align with, and they wasn't the same integrity that I had. Anyway, it was the week that I went to Downing Street. It all happened. This is where all the universe works. So the week I went to Downing Street, I rung them up. I said, get your glad rags on. We've got to go Downing Street, right? I said, what? We're in America. I said, what do you mean America? When did you go to America? We come out the other day, Miami. I thought, when? I thought, I hope you ain't gone over there with that money. Do you know what I mean? I've invested in this and invested in that. Why are you in? Oh no, we're doing this, we're doing that. I said, but I'm going down the street to win contracts to get us kids and do this and do that and do this. What is your real agenda? Marv. Anyway, when I've come back now, a guy kept coming into the office. Where's Lewis and where's this one? Where's that one? I was like, mate, I don't know. I said, look, I ain't being funny. I said, like, I'm an invested shareholder and you're coming here all the time. What is it you keep coming to? I can't discuss it with you. I said, why? I said, it's my business. He said, what do you mean? I said, this is my business. This is my business. I'm an equal shareholder.
Yeah.
He went, okay, well, if you're a shareholder, I've got to let you know you owe me 190 grand.
Ross.
I was like, what are you on about? He went, well, no one's paid any rent for the last 2 years. I said, well, they have. I give them 100 grand to pay you rent. He said, well, no one paid me.
Fuck
I was like, say that again? He said, no one paid me. So then basically, I've rung them up, what's happening? Why is this geezer in here for the building? I thought I'll give you 100 grand to pay the rent for a year. I thought you'll give you this to do this and that to do that. Like, what are you talking about? And it was like, So then basically, I've come back one night, unexpected, and Doc Rotten's there, emptying the building. What? So I'm like, what are you doing, mate? He was like, well, I've come to get my gear. I said, what gear? He said, this. I said, no, you ain't taking nothing, mate. What? What, you little mug? What? Yeah, you taking nothing out of the building. What? So then he's rung the boys up. They've all come. So I just stood in the doorway. I said, go on then. Go on then. You want to go in the building? Go on then.
Nothing.
Yeah, I've got the video. I've got the video.
I've seen the video.
Yeah. We'll phone the police.
I've seen the video.
I said, phone the fucking police.
Man's talking.
Phone the police. Phone the police. Then the police come. Oh, he punched him in the mouth.
They called the
This, he
police.
done that. I said, oh, did I? I said, tell the police about the 100 grand you owe me. I don't know 100 grand. I owe you 70. So the police said, oh, you actually owe him £70,000. He said, yeah. And I said, well, you need to give him the keys. I said, give him the keys. So then Doc said, I want to get my gear. I want to get my gear now. What I could have said was no.
Yeah.
What I could have said was no.
Yeah.
But I didn't know Doc was part of the swindle, right? So I said, yeah, let him get his gear. I don't know what his gear is, but he ain't taking my gear. He ain't taking this, he ain't taking that, he ain't taking this. So he's gone with a bit of gear he did have. Do you know what I mean? And that was it. And then what I did tell him is that the calm will come back and bite you in the arse, son. So now you're not in my studio. I wish you all the luck in the world. And less than a week later, he got punched up.
Was that the sneak ball thing?
Yeah, man, got caught up. And do you know what it was, yeah? And the irony of it is, and because I can't tell lies, yeah? 2 days prior to that happening, I didn't get told he was going to be in that studio. I got told what studio he was going to be in. I got told whatever studio he was ever going to be in. Do you know what I'm saying? So they can run and they can hide, but when Marv pulls the trigger, I'll be the last man laughing. So they got my money. However, they still owe me legally.
So man took your money. So what? He took your money.
Him and his partners, yeah, and they've set up somewhere else.
He's in Africa still.
Yeah, they're in Africa.
Gambia.
Gambia.
That's the garden.
No, the problem is.
Dorotten's a sick artist, man, and a good producer, man.
Yeah, he is.
You see, there's a bit of a
however,
fucker, innit?
However, he's got an attitude and an ego, and the reality that's not real.
Yeah.
And I don't speak ill of anybody, but they have really bad habits.
He's trying to put it in a polite way.
Yeah, but it's habits, yeah, that winds you up on the numbers in the shuffle. That's all I'll say. And I'll say it in front of anyone about their little firm. Yeah, I've watched their behaviour, and I've watched what they do when they go out partying, who they attack their attention to, and it's all inappropriate for me. That's why we fell out. They're inappropriate individuals that I would have nothing to do with ever. Do you know what I mean? So you can say they are whatever, but I know the reality of who they are. I've watched them on my cameras that I had installed in the studio when they're coming and doing their fuckeries of a night time with their little madnesses. So me personally, I'd rather keep them out of my life. So I'm just glad.
When you say madnesses, what?
See again, all it is, I'm glad that they're happy in the house that they're in, and I hope they enjoy it while they've got it, because they still owe me money.
See it there.
Yeah, legally, and unfortunately, the worst place they could ever be is Africa.
And that's where they are.
Leave them to it.
Yeah.
And the universe will put everything in place when it's ready. It's going to teach them a lesson when they need it. All I know is where my network is, where it goes, and how it touches. And because I'm a selfless entity that wants everybody to do better, they'll be given an opportunity to do better. And that's a fact.
No, I hear that, man. I love that, man.
Big up P Money.
Because it was such a,
Big up P Money for real.
Yeah, big up all the artists, man. Personally, I think that P Money did good in the clash against Dot Rotten, but I think Dot Rotten kind of won
on
in
your
my
platform, right? So on your platform.
I'm not gonna lie, that's deep, innit?
Right, so let me just
No, it's not,
interject.
because it's your opinion. Like, you know what it is? Everyone, see this thing, yeah? Nothing's a fact, it's just our opinion. So in my mind, I can never be mad the way you received the clash. You see what I mean? P Money, I'm biased by default because I knew P Money when I was like 16. He used to come and check Vortex and that with us with Crazy Titch up these sides. Do you know what I mean? So my love for P Money is a bit different.
P Money's sick.
See the music industry, right? So if every artist had 50 tracks mastered, mixed, and videoed, they'd make money. They wouldn't need an advance.
Yeah.
So why don't we get that ingredients out there?
You can't even call it advance, call it alone.
You know, it's
The conveyor belt.
That's what it is.
The conveyor belt.
bullshit.
So what? Are you two cooking something up? What you lot? Wait, give us an
always cooking, I'm always
exclusive.
cooking.
No, I
I'm
said you
always
two.
cooking.
I know you always.
no,
Both of you always.
but
Is there a cook up going on between you two?
It's
the timing.
coming.
It's the timing.
It's all
It's the timing.
yeah.
It's the timing. Yeah. It's the timing. Yeah.
So something maybe in the
I'm telling you,
pipeline.
a Marv film, I'd watch it, bro.
We're connected from the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's we're
You lot's
connected.
pops should have done cross time ago.
Yeah.
I was hanging about. I've hung about in all the places he's lived. I've actually hung around with all the best people, making money with everyone. Like there ain't no one I ain't made money with in North, East, West or South London. And you'll have someone from North, East, West or South London speaking very nicely about me.
100%.
And you won't find many people that'll have a bad word to say unless they are a slag.
All my OGs, when Marv said, ask them about me, nothing but good. And just not misconstrue the kids watching, OG mean older guidance. So all the people that... No, it's real talk. You know, some people, but all of them, when I spoke to them, all of them said good things about Marv. All of them. And I called him back, and he went, did I not tell you? And all of them, even Pops Jokes, he said, did Marv send for you? I said, yeah. He goes, go and see him. He said, if Marv sent for you, go and see him. He said, drop everything you're doing and go and see him. And Pops don't tell me to go see anyone, you know. He said, go and see Marvin. If Marvin sent for you, go and see him. And that's coming from Jukes. Jukes said, go and see him. And that made me say, you know what? I'm taking what anything Marvin's saying to me very serious, because I take everything Jukes says serious.
Yeah.
Same way.
You know, we don't lie.
Yeah.
I don't need to pretend to be anybody but me. And what I've always told everybody is it's your choice. I don't mind. I'll have the last laugh. You might not see it now.
I think there's that saying in it. No one can be you better than you. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I love me, you know.
So that's what it is.
Even that be you because everyone else is taken. You know, be you because everyone else is taken.
He's got the bars.
No, it's the truth. Be you because
let me big up I Love Throw and big up everyone watching live.
On the live.
Sorry, I've been neglecting you lot, man. Big up to everyone.
We're never talking to them.
Really enjoying it. Good chat. I'm gonna pretend I can read it without the glasses. I'm looking out for emojis and that, but people are enjoying it, having a good laugh. Hit the like button, man. Make sure you check out everything that Marvin Herbert is keeping up with and Creeper Crisis. They came in, they blessed us today.
They definitely blessed us.
Had a good little chat.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
And I would love more time because you know my style is a bit more in depth.
We need to sit down.
But
we need to sit down because I think the first time we met was the front room. Was that the front room?
Yeah.
Was it called the front room? It is called the front room, isn't it? Or they called the Pod Squad.
Pod Squad.
But it was the front room in Croydon, right? Is that the name?
Yeah,
of
that's
the...
the venue.
The venue. That's the first time we met.
Front room, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you online several times. I'm talking about physically meeting. That was the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good vibe, bro.
Definitely.
Realistically though, man, I like to get a little bit more in depth. You get me? I feel a bit rushed.
We can definitely pattern it. We definitely can.
Creeps, it's time.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be
time. Look me in the eyes, Creeps. It's time to give me the excuses about the rapping. You know what I mean? I told you you're gonna bring this up. I nearly forgot. Tell me, Creeper, what's going on with the raps?
Big up Justo. Justo was meant to be.
Big up Justo.
Big up Justo. That's bro.
My brother, that was still.
You lot had your whole style, and apparently me and Justo was meant to rap.
Yeah, no, that's what's supposed to be happening.
But you know what? I listen to the universe, so I'm happy that Justo did cancel.
Yeah,
so that's got nothing to do with you rapping, young man. You are not getting away with that.
George, I just thought about it.
Yeah.
Nah. Because, you know what we're like. We like challenges, yeah. So I just thought, could you actually freestyle about me?
Yeah, of course we could, man.
Yeah.
So why don't you do a freestyle about me? There you go.
I'm gonna throw the save here.
Yeah.
There's one thing that Creeper did say, the freestyling things, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day.
Do you know what? And I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. Big up Free Crazy Titch. Me and Crazy Titch had like a 3-4 hour battle. No bars were written. But you know what ruined my freestyle ability is wanting to freestyle better than I write.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So see with freestyles, you know it's not written, you can't have anything. So in my mind, but me and Titch battled for over 3 hours, bro. R.I.P. Exploder, Text was there. People could validate this story. Like no writtens. It wasn't even, there was no prep.
What year was this?
This would have been just before Titch went jail.
What year was this?
I can't remember off the top of my head the actual physical year. It was definitely before 2008.
Start it.
Probably about 2004, 2003.
Cool.
Maybe 2000.
Was it before?
For that very reason, Your Honour, we won't be admitting that as evidence. You hear me? The defendant admits it was 20 years ago.
But free Titch.
Marvin said let's do a freestyle about him.
Do something.
Let's do something. No, but we want to know, seriously, because you are a good rapper, bro. Like, just, I don't say that lightly. You rap good,
I'd like to hear something.
You never heard him? He's a good rapper.
I never heard
He's not shit at all.
I actually stopped listening to 932 kilohertz.
Okay, the frequency.
I listen to 144 or 888. That's all I listen to. Anywhere I go, on my phone's everywhere. I don't listen to no music.
But
I do listen to a couple of tracks that people make
here
about
and there. Yeah.
Let me come back with King, and then we'll snap.
Yeah, definitely.
And the reason why I say that,
tell us. We want to know why.
So here's the reason. Big up Tea and Crumpets. Big up Black Box. Me and Marv was talking about Charlie Sloth. We're gonna do our rap run after I've taken a break from podding. That's why I said to Jedi, I'll come July, and then you happen to reach out to me. So it was all the universe. I did say July.
But we don't want you to be like marketing a tour or now I'm in a. What we like to do.
No, but I'm gonna come with someone who raps with me, and I'm talking about King, and then we're both just gonna snap.
Yeah, no,
because I brought Marv. I just put let's put a twist to this, have a real conversation.
We'll definitely do that. We definitely. But as I said, we're just.
Hey, this guy.
Yeah,
In the comments, he thinks he's getting away with it.
Like,
He's got bars.
Bro.
He's got bars.
Bro.
He's doing the freestyling now. He's showing us that.
He nearly did that.
Now, big about
Yeah, come on.
And we brought the chinchilla in for him and everything. But you know what? Yeah, one thing I respect is, you know, man's up front, man saying, yo, I'm not even in the rapping thing right this second. My mind's not in it. He's focused in what he's doing. And I knew I was just going to try heat him up cheekily. You get me? But I already knew.
Can I be real with you? When I went to Marvin's hut,
yeah,
he asked me a real question. He said, can you be the vessel to get the message out there to the youth? Marv ain't the only one that asked me that. Loads of people around me have asked me that. So this is why you're seeing me on multiple platforms.
And I've seen your thing grow,
trying to
bro.
put a message out there.
You see
but we all want to put a message out. Listen,
when you watch a man's thing grow,
I'm saying don't try too hard to be like, because I think that sometimes we're set up to sit on the podium and stand in front of the mic just to create the atmosphere for the tramp out there on the other side of the fence to start shouting some stuff and everyone hear what they said. Like being the vessel is it's not always words, it's not always speaking, it's not always being there. Sometimes it's facilitating, sometimes it's just being goofy.
Yeah, true.
Because when man sees you being goofy today and then tomorrow sees you chatting sense and sees you with wisdom.
But did I not give them that on Justo's platform?
No, but what
that version was like a lot of people called me like, I didn't even know you was funny. I'm like,
okay, so I don't know. Like I'm just saying there's a music run talk that you're talking and I'm saying no, it ain't about that. It's all about just feeling. I like to create an environment where you can just.
You know what I've learned, Jedi? Do you know what I've learned? I'm a good talker and you're also a good talker. So you would talk someone into doing.
No, I'm not trying to. No. Because you're definitely not rapping.
Yeah,
you got that.
Go on.
But I feel like, I guess you like to work in certain pockets and whatever, right? But I'm saying, don't be rigid. Like in future, just don't be rigid, man. Because you know what, your creativity.
I wish I could rap.
Your creativity,
but you can though.
Your creativity is what actually will bring in people as well. Do you know what I mean?
I can't
and learn to balance all
But
of
you
that.
can though.
No.
Everyone can freestyle.
The same thing you was
100%.
talking about with.
You chat some shit. You feel free to be silly. Once you got
The
over
other
that, you
side
start
of
tapping
you.
into what you're saying.
You
And
can't.
then we get to what Marvin was talking about earlier.
Let me tell you how inventive I am. One second. Let me tell you how inventive I am.
Let me just say what Marvin was saying earlier. What Marvin was saying earlier was, what you gonna think next? This is what freestyling is. You forget trying to think about what you think next, and you just do it. And you just do it. It's like footprints in the sand. You just keep moving, and before you know it, you've done a whole sentence of shit that's just come to your mind.
Let me tell you how on point I am.
Go on,
I speak from a director's perspective, yeah? So when I spoke to Justo wanted me on the platform. I said to Justo, let me do it with my cousin King. He didn't even know who King was. I said, I promise you, Justo, let me do it with King. I've come up there, we've done the platform with King. Justo will tell you, that episode banged. Because see me, bro, anytime I go and do something, in my mind, I'm going off what the universe is. So where Marv, I'm meant to meet Marv today, regardless of me being invited here or not. I was meeting Marv today because he's got something to do tomorrow. I'm not going to chat his business on camera and then he's gone somewhere else. But the point I'm trying to make is, because Justo weren't here, I'm like, let me come back up here with King and snap.
Now you're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hold you to that.
I won't do it half-hearted. I don't do anything half-hearted.
We're gonna hold him to that.
You're a very forgiving judge. Ask me, I'm like, King, Justo, Marv, all that.
We're gonna
even Marv you brought up with you wants to hear you rap. You get me? So, you get me? As a rapper, you have to be pulled to that. Like, right, we want to hear you rap. Because we know all the podcasting and all the gems and the jewels. I think for certain people forget that you rap.
No, let me say this.
You get me?
I don't even mind if I don't even mind if they do, because now I do it as a form of therapy. Let me put you like this. I'm a rapper, so as a rapper, I protect my brand. And if my mind is not tapped into wanting to rap now, I got to think about protecting my brand. As much as I'm dishonouring the platform by not coming and following the normal infrastructure of Kotch and Flow.
No, this ain't even Kotch and Flow.
But this is what I'm saying. But I'm saying, as my brand, remember, I'm Creeper Crisis. Everyone sees me as Creeper Crisis. I'm not even in the headspace of rapping right now. Albums and that have been put on pause. Literally. So I just come up here and I thought, Marv's with me, let's have a good conversation. That people at home.
You know the way I look at it though, it's kind of like, for example, you see Ronaldo out with his kids in there, you got football, you kick the football too. He does one or two kick-ups. Just to say, yo, I can, you know what I mean? He's not going all around the world and he does one or little two kick-ups.
Can you knock the door of someone that works in McDonald's and ask them to make you a burger?
Depends.
But you know what I mean, though. Like I said, I'll come back.
We're gonna get. I'm gonna hold you to that creep.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
100%. Yeah.
Like I said, that was one of the. But I'm glad of how it's worked out. But still,
nah, man, it's been amazing because we got the Master here.
I got to send you all
giving
that
us
stuff as well.
gems and jewels.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, but
you know what? It's deep because as I
That's his eye
said,
socket.
seeing your story. nah, for real.
He does his eye socket. Mom's a G, man. It's been a sick
You know the
vibe.
ones that's got food for thought because I see your story, I see your thing, and you're
been
talking about your
amazing.
dad and all what's going on, and there's questions, and I'm like, but how would I feel? How did he deal with that? And and you've covered a few other things today, so I'm thankful for that to see you
What you
firsthand.
can do as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Right. As well as the punch, I can take a full-on run up and kick. You know.
No,
we're
you
not gonna-
fucking can't.
I promise you,
Nah,
I can.
you
Fucking hell, man.
I can, you know.
Challenge accepted.
No, I'm saying, it's mental, you know.
Nah, that's bad. A run up and kick.
Run up and kick, and you
What to the thing?
Yeah,
to the thing.
you'll hurt your feet will feel like they're broken, mate. It's another level. I've done it because I've got a football academy.
How'd you get to that then? How'd you get to that level?
How do you know you could do that?
Of conditioning.
It's all right. So it's all about your core, mate. So, no.
Can you adjust the camera if you can? If you can't, he's doing a madness.
Just
Okay.
sitting like that.
Yeah.
You can see him, yeah.
If you can sit like that, your core's in place, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you can do what's it? Oh, you better sit.
Marv's doing the thing, man. Fucking hell.
Left arm, right leg, right? So, right arm, left leg. Then you've got to find the balance in the middle, yeah? That one as well, so. Like that. Go down. And come up. Go down. And come up. Right, that's all core.
Yeah.
That's all core.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
when you do that, I've got all the core, the obliques, all that sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, your core. Right, so when I walk with a core, I walk like this.
Yeah.
When I walk without the core, I walk like that.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So your core keeps your spine straight.
Yeah.
When you've got a back problem, it's not a back problem.
Yeah.
It's a core problem.
Major,
That's why
check your phone.
That's why they make you sit in a chair all day,
That's how you use
so you get injured.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Your core's the
agree with
vessel. Everything comes off your core. And I could take you to the gym, show you a circuit. You do the circuit within 18 months, you'll be 10 times better than yourself, and you'll have no more than 19% body fat.
You got everything.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. We're gonna make this happen.
Come on.
Marv. Hopefully we can get a link up, man.
We will,
I'd like
we
to
will.
have a good sit down and chat to you in a different
Well, today
setting.
was just a
Get me?
surprise, wasn't it?
But it was a lovely surprise.
No,
man.
it
We're
was
grateful. Big up to
definitely.
Creeper,
Yeah,
the
no,
man,
bro.
always
I got you,
making it happen.
Come on.
Got you.
Trust me.
Marvin, it's been a pleasure.
More than a pleasure, my bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you lot run along. Get
And as I said, I'm gonna take the
guys are-
details because I want to do the music for your
come on,
thing.
come on,
and-
come on.
Yeah,
You check your phone, I sent you everything.
Alright,
Yeah.
respect, man. Thank you, man. Treats.
Hooah. That's
This
another
ain't
one.
counting.
Hooah.
I just want you lot to know, this ain't counting as an interview. I feel like I've had a chat
No,
with
this
Marvin.
is an
This ain't
introduction.
counting as our
No, what he said,
Yeah.
bought you a surprise.
What
Yeah,
he
you
did
bought
say,
me a
what he
surprise.
did
He did
say,
say,
what
he
he
did.
did say, yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to bring me along.
Yeah.
Just he said, like, so I'll come to support him. I didn't know
Yeah.
I was going to be
No,
that
no,
involved.
yeah,
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 no,
I
but
thought I was
I'm
going to be
glad you
coming
were
watching.
though. I'm glad
Marv
you
was just
were.
gonna chill on the side. He just said this to me.
Yeah.
Come chill. I walked over to him and said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
nah, come
Yeah,
through.
no, I'm glad he came.
Do you
I'm
know what I
glad
mean?
he
Like,
came.
it weren't a plan thing. Me to come and sit
nah,
down
I didn't
and
sit in the
talk.
car.
All the best
Nice
things
and
though.
organic, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
But I'm
it's not
sure
planned.
the viewers and that are very happy. You know what I mean? It is
Yeah.
what it is. Big them up. Big up all.
Yeah, big up all the viewers. And you know what? Next time you come on, you can all ask your own personal questions. And I'm open to anything because nothing embarrasses me at all. Do you know what I mean? So don't be intimidated by, I might give him the umpy by asking him a question about. I like reality because reality can't be argued with, and the truth can never be hidden. So as long as you're real and honest, then you grow.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I've learned in the
And
last
with
10
that,
years.
we're gonna chop this one off.
Hooah.
Big up Maverick on the ones and twos.
Big up Maverick.
Yeah.
LD.
Big up, man.
Get
He's
me.
the one that makes everything happen, man.
It makes it look good as well.
Yeah, it makes us look good, innit? Like, proper, innit?
He does.
Alright, man. Big up Maverick, big up Mage, and whatever. Big up Creeper. Marvin.
Hooah.
And yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. Stay tuned for Kotch and Flow.
Kotch and Flow.
Yeah,
Kotch and Flow. Big
Alright,
up.
cool. Big up.